Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to hop back on here and speak on a very popular topic after last night's Raw, and that will be about LA Knight's mistreatment by TKO and Triple H, and I don't know, the rest of his guys, the creative team. Um, First thing I want to hop into is just that. Just last night, is it? I mean, I feel like historically over the last 3 years, I mean, you could argue besides the champions, he's been, the most over star in the entire company. I mean, I feel like if you go back to even his feud with Roman Reigns in 2023, I mean, you arguably you had a good argument to say he would have been the guy that could have dethroned Roman, but it seems like since that moment 2 years ago, he was at his peak popularity, similar to a Jey Uso, Yeet, and the rise of that. He, they've just, they have treated him so poorly, and it's just been sad to see the level they've let him get down to. Now, in my opinion, I've heard many people speak on this, lots of different opinions. I think he should be world champion right now. I think he should have been the one to be in the World Heavyweight Championship match against CM Punk at Saturday Night's Main Event, and I think he should have won it. Ultimately, because I feel like, I mean, we look at Punk right now, I feel like this championship, him holding the World Heavyweight Championship, it makes sense with Seth vacating it and everything, but I feel like, he's kind of above it. I mean, it's still at the moment he makes it about the same level as the Undisputed Championship, but I feel like it's still a B level title. I mean, but my goodness, like how much more over when you've been the most over guy without a championship that I can think of in the past 2 to 3 years, and still to this day. I mean, you heard the reaction he got last night, and they seems like they just keep burying him, and I'm hoping the other side of this. I've heard many rumors, many things going on. I'm hoping the side of this, the end goal here is to potentially have him win the Royal Rumble and challenge for the world title at WrestleMania. That most likely being the World Heavyweight, but with Braun Breaker most likely holding, I don't really see that happening. Him most likely beating Punk on January 5th, that Raw. So, don't really know. That's definitely just a rumor. There's not a lot of evidence that probably points to that going to be the case. But I feel for him, guys. I mean, I think we all do at this point. I mean, hopefully it's WWE trying to create kind of like rage bait the crowd into building up an LA Knight movement similar to what they did with Cody to take down Roman. I'm hoping that's the case. But if not, I mean, I just don't know what else to say, like as far as if I can keep backing or, you know, supporting Triple H. And, in the last video, I really distressed my, you know, I really showed my distress and just me being pissed off with Triple H and his creative and the whole team and all that. But moving forward, I don't see why right now it wouldn't be appropriate for him to be champion. I really think he should have beaten CM Punk, at least been in that match to beat CM Punk for the championship. But I mean, it's just been like the last 3 years. I mean, he hasn't won a Royal Rumble. I mean, he held the United States title for a little bit. It wasn't long, but it just seems like the crowd's not stopping, guys. You hear them every week. When he comes out, he's still as over as he was 3 years ago. I mean, when he kind of blew up, honestly. So I'm not really sure what WWE, if I don't know if LA Knight pissed off somebody in the creative room. He, might have DM one of their girlfriends. I don't know where or what, like why they're not putting the Rocket to LA Knight and letting him just sit on that throne for a little bit. Just let him feel what it's like just for a little bit, even. And again, we're not saying this has got to be a year reign. This would probably be kind of like a Jey Uso run. He wins it. He gets his WrestleMania moment. He finally wins a world title at WrestleMania or at some point and holds it 3 or 4 months. He rides high. Just giving him, just paying him back. I mean, look at the. I mean, WWE talks about. I mean, you see what they look towards: money, ticket sales, merchandise, what they sell. LA Knight sells as much merch as almost anybody. I mean, he was arguably the top. I mean, he was the top merch seller a couple of years ago, as kind of like Jey Uso. They're very similar type. Here's my point. Jey Uso, he got that run. He got that small. Now he's back in the tag team division now. It's kind of over now with him. That's all we're asking for is for LA Knight to get a pretty much Jey Uso style run. And I just don't see. I mean, they're obviously ignoring us as the crowd and who we want. I mean, everybody wants it. Everyone I've talked to, anyone I've heard from, any rumor, any account, any YouTube channel, anything I've seen, there's not a person in the world that is going to be upset if LA Knight wins a world title and holds it for a little bit. That's all we're asking for. I mean, you got to feel for the guy. I mean, well, and one other thing while we're here, time's not exactly on his side. I mean, he's already older than Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins. He's older than all of them. He doesn't have time on his side. It's not like this, he's like a Braun Breaker, a Bronson, not Bronson Reed, like a Carmelo Hayes, young up and coming guy that has years ahead of him that like they can, you know, in the future, they got a bright future. Like he doesn't have much time. He's already, past 40. He's not getting any younger. Like if there was never a better time, I don't see how now isn't that time to put a belt on him, guys, or a world championship. At least give him a chance. I mean, it's basically like they get him right up there where it's like, we just might give it to him. We give him the edge. He gets up there, and then they just falls off a cliff, and then they treat him how they did last night, going off a Raw, and they just make him look like they just about like an R-Truth. That's how they treat him. If we're being real here, so it's gotten to me, and it's gotten me enough to make this video, and again, I don't know. Obviously, I don't have the pen and paper. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what their plan is. I'm praying at this point, honestly, that they at least have maybe a similar, in a like different universe plan to where it's maybe they're just trying to make his year end so badly because he's written off TV for the rest of the year. He's not coming back for the rest of 2025. That's what the result of that last night and him going out that way. He's done for the year. So I'm hoping that it's to build a big rage amongst the wrestling community and everybody, and piss everybody off to start a movement, which I feel like we've done and we've kind of been doing on and off for the past what I'd say 2-3 years now. So hopefully on the other side, to wrap things up here, hopefully the other side of this is a better year for LA Knight. 2026, maybe this should be the year they kind of give him the Jey Uso run, or like that at least. Maybe win the Royal Rumble. If not, maybe the Chamber. Just give him the world title. That's all I'm asking for. That's all everybody's asking for a little bit. And I mean, I think it's obvious the guy deserves it. He's sold all the merch. It's like he's, wouldn't call him a big ticket seller, but I mean, people pay to see LA Knight. I mean, I'm not going to name him, but, she knows who she is. I mean, he's got mega fans, no pun intended, the megastar. But I mean, he's, you know, he's been the most over guy that's not been a champion of the last 3 years. That's simply how I'll put it. And I love. I don't see how you couldn't like him. I mean, he's basically like a like a country version of The Rock with a Stone Cold style, energy, kind of, his persona. But yeah, guys. But hopefully there's more light on the other side of the tunnel for LA Knight, and WWE stops with this just ignoring all the fans that back him and want him as champion, and hopefully his time will come, and that's what we're all hoping for. And Triple H and his creative team can, stop being a bunch of idiots and stop playing around here and ignoring all of us and what we've been wanting, and you know put the belt on this guy. But again, this is just my opinion. And to wrap things up, we appreciate you guys tuning into this video. You know, uh, Please subscribe, leave a comment. Um, like I said, we just started up the new Instagrams and we're firing those up. Go follow those. They're linked in on this video. Um, yeah, leave a comment always helps, and we appreciate you guys. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace. Appreciate it.